welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here, and today I am with you for another mixed media project. So today I'm going to be altering this CD. So it's just a blank CD that my husband had that I did take off him. So it is going to be for a swap with the lovely Michelle Dobby, who is on Instagram, and she's most of the YouTube family do know who she is. She's absolutely amazing lady, very talented. So we arranged to do a swap, and it was to do an altered CD and an altered tag, and the theme was vintage. So the first thing that I'm going to do, so you can see there's a few bits out on my table, is I want to add some texture. So I've got this, which is so it's a fibre paste, and it is from Craftbox. Really nice, dead fluffy texture. It's like paper. So I'm just using this bit of the stencil. So this is a stencil from Hunky Dory. So just like, I'm not worried about getting it perfect. That doesn't worry me at all. Oh, however, we do have a hole in the middle, so and then I think I'm going to add some of these circles in as well, just because they're cute. A lot of this will probably be covered, but hopefully you will see some bits coming through, which will be nice. So yeah, so this is what I'm starting off with. I am starting with my texture. So I haven't quite decided what I'm sort of going to do yet. I just know that it needs to be vintage. So there's a lot that we can do. Okay, so that is that. So it does need to dry, but before we do, I've got this, which is from Tim Holtz, and it is a tissue wrap. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I haven't used it. You can see that it has bleached in the sun where it's been stored. But I thought, how nice would it be to have some of this in the background? I really like this moth. So hopefully we won't have it covered, but it is just to add in some more interest. So that's all I'm doing this for. So I am just ripping. Actually, let's put some gel medium on there so it doesn't, because we don't want it to fall off. There we go. And I think I'll just turn that, put that under, and then we've got a nice neat edge. Okay, do the same with this bit. Right, okay, so that's what we've got so far. So really liking that. I don't think I want any more of that, but I do like the sort of the moth here, and you've got the writing and stuff there. I just think it's really nice. I quite like that as well, so I might, yeah, why not, we'll just put that across there. So I'm just building up my background. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give this a blast and dry it, and then once it is dry, we'll come back and we'll start adding other bits in. Okay, so it is slightly dry. Well, it's still a little bit wet, but I'm not overly worried. Now we have lots and lots of different sort of metal embellishments that I know are going to look gorgeous on this. I like that. I really want to use this frame, so I do have a couple of these frames which are just absolutely gorgeous. Now most of these did come from Craftbox, so yeah, but you can find charms like this quite easily on YouTube and other places. So yeah, so I'm literally just building up my background. But let's see. Oh, I quite like that elephant. Oh, that elephant's lovely. It is all going to be coated in gesso. Well, all of the metal embellishments, I am going to coat them in gesso once I know which ones I'm going to use. I like that journey as well. Let's have a look. I'm not too sure on that one. I don't really want to, as much, well, I do and I don't. I don't want to do, what do you call it? Steampunk. I would like to sort of try and do some sort of other theme. We do have these gorgeous flowers, so let's see what we can do with these flowers. So definitely going to have that one in the middle, I think. That is just gorgeous. Now, I like the idea of having the frame just off to the side, so we need to raise it up there somehow. Let's have a look. Oh, I know I really like that bead, and I like that one. We've got a little one, so I'm just building up my composition. Once I've got the composition right, then I think I will we'll add some of those balls in as well for added texture. Oh, we've got this gorgeous moon. How stunning is that? It just needs raising up ever so slightly. I love that moon. That is really pretty. So I might keep that in. So this tub here, this is just all of my acrylic flowers, my resins. There's a few wooden embellishments in there, but the majority of it is just my all my resin pieces. So yeah. No, I really like that moon. Now I did pick up, if we can find it, there it is, we have a moon and a sun, which I quite like the idea of having on maybe there. And then I do have these stars, so we can have these dotted around. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. I've got this gorgeous little tiny flower that we can sort of push in there. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm really liking this. Oh, we've even got a little bird cage. Now, I definitely want to have this, but where to have it? I'm thinking that it needs to go. We could have it so that it's got the face, but I don't know. I really don't know. I just know that I want it. Or do we have it over on this side? No. What about a smaller frame? Oh, there we go. I think the smaller frame works better. So we still need to build this up, so I'm thinking that maybe having a flower on the moon itself to build it up. I think that's what I'm going to do. Right, so the first thing that I am going to do, because I don't really want to put any white gesso onto my CD itself, so I am going to take my phone and we are going to take a photograph of it. And then that way I know what I want to do, so we don't lose it. So let me just move a few of these. The other thing that I have, sorry for the rustling, is this, and it's a sequin mesh. And I thought, how nice would this be added in? I'll have to cut it. Where's my scissors? So I thought that might be quite nice. So yeah, we'll try it. I don't want a straight edge on me. Well, but here. And again, I think I'm just going to keep it gold, you know. And again, it's just adding more texture in, because that's what we want really. Let me get rid of that edging as well. And then, yeah, I really like that. Right, yeah, I do. Okay, so let's move that out off to the side. I also need, so let me grab a piece of paper. And then what we're going to do is we are going to coat everything in white gesso. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to speed up this section because these are going to need a couple of coats. And then once I have given them a couple of coats, we'll come back and then we'll start gluing everything down. So yeah, this bit will be on speed up. So I'll see you in a few. Okay, so as I was painting them white, I decided that I was going to change my mind. So instead, I painted all the pieces black, and then I have coated the CD in black as well. I know we've just got rid of the Tim Holtz paper, but I am going to add some more. I just wasn't happy with the sort of look of it. So yeah, so we're going to work with a black instead. So it should be fun. I'm still going to keep the sequin mesh gold because I just think that looks lovely and goes really, really nice. So let me just get these off, and then let's start and build our composition. So we have got some of this gorgeous paper. So what I'm thinking, maybe, so just over those bits, let's have them just like that. Yeah, something like that, really. Actually, let me get another brush. So I am using gel medium. This gel medium is Liquitex Professional Gloss Super Heavy Gel Medium. So it's really good for sticking down all of your elements, and once you have stuck them down, then yeah, it's permanent. So highly recommend, if you're doing mixed media projects, to actually use gel medium to stick your embellishments down. So, right, okay, so that's what we're looking at. Let me grab my scissors because I do want to just chop that, and then we'll chop this bit. So yeah, so we're bringing back that element of the papers, which is really, really, really nice. Okay, now I definitely want to add these. Oh, I've got the hiccups. I definitely want to add these on. I'm thinking about there, but instead of sticking all the little bits, I'm going to actually put on the gel medium on the, this gel medium's actually nearly dried out, so just a nice dollop of, and I'm using plenty because I would like this to stay. So yeah, so there's the first bit. So as you can see, that's going to hold down this gorgeous sequin. Right, I still want the same composition, so let me get the photo back up on my phone. So I just put that in front of me. So the next I'm going to put down is the moon. So this moon is just gorgeous. This actually came in one of my craft box, so like in the back, in the craft box subscription boxes. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so that came in there, and so it is really, really nice to actually finally use it. Again, a nice generous helping, so that needs just, and we are following the photograph. So if you it's a good thing to sort of do is photograph your work, especially if you're going to end up painting the elements separately like what I have done. I'm making a right mess. Yeah, if you photograph, then you get to keep the composition that you had originally sort of planned, because I know what it's like. I would forget, but yeah, it's weird how you can change your mind though halfway through a project, but yeah, I did. So like I say, I am putting plenty of gel medium on because I am wanting this to last, and I don't want it to fall apart on the lovely Michelle. I'm just hoping she really likes it, and I'm hoping I fulfilled the brief. Let's see what it looks like when it's done. This brush is terrible. So love that gold. I love the hint of that gold. I just think it's so beautiful. Right, that was this one, so that was just around here, and then we want this little one, which is like a little tiny baby one, just there. It wants to stay down, and then we have this last one, which was up at the top, so it was just up here. So isn't that just looking fab? And when we start adding colour onto it, it's just, honestly, it's going to look amazing. So really, really pleased so far with how it's going. So I'm quite glad I changed my mind sort of halfway through. Right, I do need to get another brush because we don't want all of the gel medium to be shown. I am going to be adding some of those pearls because for added texture, but I don't want the big lumps, because the gel medium, it does dry clear and it does dry gloss, so which is fine, but by the time we put our colours and stuff on the background, yeah, right, actually I'll use the little one for the stars. Okay, and then one here, and then last one we'll have up there. So that is our composition so far. Right, the next thing I want to do is add in these absolutely gorgeous pearls. Now these don't have any holes or anything in them, and they were actually from Craftbox again, so they came in my monthly subscription box, but they are amazing for adding in texture. So all I'm doing is I'm putting some gel medium onto my brush, and then I am picking up some of the pearls using the gel medium and then sticking it onto my project. We will lose a few, but hopefully we won't lose too many. So let's get these stuck down, and it is really just building up more and more texture. I love my mixed media projects to have texture. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. So I think some in there, just like that. Oh, and these pearls are just gorgeous. However, I think what I might do is give them a layer of black, just so that they blend in more. Right, get them down. They don't want to stir, do they? Sorry if I've gone quiet. I'm sort of concentrating, making sure that we don't lose them. Right, okay. Now, I am wanting to put the frame on. We did decide that we were going to do the smaller one, so actually I quite like the idea of it just there. So if we build up here using these beads, that might work. It might be just enough. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think that works. I think that works really well. So try not to drop it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to put a generous helping of gel medium onto this. Now I am going to, instead of rushing the process of drying this, I'm actually going to leave this overnight. And the reason why I'm going to leave it overnight is because I don't want any of this sort of to fall apart or anything to happen to it while I'm brushing on my colours. So yeah, so that's what I am going to do. And then in the morning this should be perfectly dry, which will mean we can then add our colour on and put the finishing touches on. So absolutely love these pearls. If you don't have pearls, you can use stones, you could even use sand, you could use just normal regular seed beads, you can use anything. So it doesn't have to be pearls like this. You could use micro beads. Yeah, so anything you want. I think you could even use salt, so rock salt, I would say that even that would work. Right, so let's get plenty of this on. So yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is, because we're just about finished putting our layers together, so I think what I'm going to do is leave this until the morning and then give it a good 12 hours to dry, and then we'll see what it looks like and then we'll go from there. So I think, yeah, I think that's definitely what we're going to do. Now, do I want any more of these beads? I'm thinking I want to sort of bring them in this over here, just around the moon bit. Oh, it's going to look amazing, I think. Well, I hope. Yeah, like I say, I love doing projects like this. I don't think I do enough of them actually. So you'll have to let me know whether or not you like me doing my mixed media projects. I know I do have quite a few of my followers I do enjoy them. But yeah, or if you've got any suggestions of what we could sort of do, that would be really cool. Right, I think so it's going to be like that, so make sure this is definitely straight. There we go. So yeah, I'm thinking that is what we're going to do. And what I might do is because this was meant to go under there, wasn't it? No. Yeah. What about in there? What about if we put... we'll leave it. I think I'm just looking for the sake of looking. Right. Okay. They've sort of fallen down. So let me just grab a couple more and just to go on there because we don't want it to look silly. Right. Okay. Right, that is me done. Right, so I will see you back here in the morning. For me, it will be about around 12 hours. For you, it will be a matter of a second, not even that. But this is what we've got so far. It's lots and lots of texture. So tomorrow, I think what I'm going to do is just give it all a coat of black. Try and avoid the gold if I can, because I love that gold. I think it's beautiful. And then we'll add our colour on, and then we will add on our finished embellishment. So I love the fact that you can see this paper through, so I don't want to touch that. I just literally want to put black on here and on the beads, so we will have to be careful, but that is it so far. So yeah, I will see you in a second. Okay, so it is the next day and it is all nicely dried and solid. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in my black gesso. Let me find a brush, and I just want a small brush because I don't want to lose this gold in the background. So I'm just going to colour all of these pearls in the best that I can, because I think it will be nice if we can colour them with different colours. So we do want this to be sort of vintage. So I will be using browns, golds, coppers, maybe just a touch of green to show rust. So yeah, so but loving the texture on this, absolutely gorgeous. I also want to paint this as well, so the frame. So it is better if you wait overnight when you do something like this, because it does adhere better, and you do get a stronger hold so that your bits and pieces don't move. I try and do it if I can, but most of the time I'm so impatient I do end up using my heat tool. So you can use your heat tool, but it is better if you can leave it overnight. So yeah, right, okay, we are just about there, and obviously I still want to have the that tissue paper in the background, so we can still see some of the colour there and just a bit around there. So just like that, and there's the doggies wanting to be in. Right, okay, so I'm going to blast that with my heat gun, and then I will be back and we'll start colouring. So I have blasted that. Now, when I was getting my paint out, I found these gorgeous blues, so I'm thinking I might add some blues in. I've also got this distress paint in Rusty Hinge, and then just some brown acrylics, and I'm not too sure if I'm going to add this one yet, but this is turquoise. I absolutely love that paint. It's got like a really gorgeous shimmer to it. However, like I said, I'm not 100% sure. Now I'm trying to see. I have lots and lots of paintbrushes, but I can never find the one that I want, like ever, which is a bit annoying. So let's have a look. There, that one will do. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some paint down on my mat. So this is the Tim Holtz mat that I have, and I absolutely love it because I don't need to get any palettes out or anything. I can just put the paint on my mat, yeah, and work with it from there, which is absolutely brilliant. We do want a bit of that colour on, and there's Quincy. So I will be using my water spray as well for this, to make the water runny as I apply it. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to do. Right, I'm just going to go and see what he's barking at, and then I will be back. Right, okay, so sorry about that. Right, we do have our spray water, so I am just going to spritz this. So I have put quite a bit of water on, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start off with the browns, and I'm just going to sort of push it into the nooks and crannies. So there's no sort of pattern to this, I'm just putting it where I sort of feel that I want it. So yeah, and then I'm going to build up the layers on it. That blue is absolutely gorgeous. I really, really like that. And blue's not usually a colour I would sort of go for either. So yeah, I think it's stunning. So as you can see, I'm just building up the colour. I'm just dabbing it on, and the water is doing the work for me. So it is sort of going really thin and spreading, which is really nice. So love that. And then to spray it some more, we can then tip it and get it to run quite nicely. Let me just get all the excess off. So I'm liking that so far. I love the addition to this gold. I think this gold is just gorgeous. Right, I'm going to bring some of this rusty hinge. Now I'm not changing my paintbrush, just because I don't feel like I need to, she says, but it was a bit. So let's bring some of this in and get this in all of the sort of hidden bits. I think that would work quite nicely. Oh, there's an actual, I've taken the ball pin, not the ball, the ball out of the paint, which helps to mix it, so I must put that back in. I really, really like this. So the last thing that I will be doing with this is I am going to be dry brushing it. So this is just the colour that we are using for our base, and then we will dry brush, which will bring out some of the textures, which will look awesome. So I will do that with my white gesso. Last colour I'm going to start to bring in is this gorgeous dark brown. So we'll get that in, and again I'm just dabbing it on, and then I will spray it so that it sort of spreads, but absolutely loving it. I hope you're enjoying this too. I love mixed media. I love getting my hands dirty and just going for it. I think there's just something really cool about it. Right, I'm thinking that's probably a bit more here. As far as I'm wanting to go, right, I want a bit more blue, and I'm fine with it mixing up because I think that's just going to add to it. Oh, isn't that just stunning? Not colours I would normally put together at all. Yeah, definitely, but love, absolutely love it. Right, okay, so let's give it a spray. And I just like to spray it because I like to make it run and then tip it round different sides just to help that paint move. Right, okay, so I'm going to go off screen now. I'm going to dry this, and then I will be back. so I am all finished. So the last thing that you saw me do, did have it on speed up because I have got the puppies being their usual self, is I brought in my Tim Holtz, this is botanical set, and then I had these, Quincy, wait! I think Quincy wants a treat. And I brought in these butterfly embellishments that came from the works. I also added in some sparkly gems, and I also added in some acrylic flowers. So this is what we have created. I'm hoping that she really likes it. The last thing that I'm going to do, but it won't be on camera, is I'm actually going to put some bits on the back of here so that she can hang it on a wall. So I have some, and I'll do that with gel medium, and hopefully they will definitely stay. But there it is. How cute is that? Really pleased with how it came out. I was going to go over with my white gesso to do some dry brushing, but when I started doing it I really didn't like it. I did prefer the effect using the antique gold, the copper and this blue lagoon wax. I just thought it brought it all together. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much for watching. Please do give a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this. And let me know if you'd like to see more mixed media projects on CDs, and if so, what type of design would you like to see. But that's it for today. Like I said, please do subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video very soon. But until then, happy crafting. Bye.